Welcome to the Lake District. How is everybody? Let's see, it says captions over here. It says design. Oh, how is everybody? Oh, chat. Chat is right there. Oh, there you are. Hello, everyone. How are you? Yes, we're on Restream today just for fun. Hi, Jiggy. Hi, Marie. Hi, Jill. Joel is here helping moderate, and we are grateful, ever grateful. Geocosmic in the house. You know, people are just starting to come in. We only have about 68 people, so I thought I would just sit here having my coffee in beautiful Northern England, virtually in Northern England. Let me know every week where you would like to have tea, and I will take us there. They've got very nice tea houses in the graphics. You know, we can take you to China, I can take you to Tokyo, Japan, anywhere you want me to take you, I will take you there because, gosh darn it, I am that kind of a friend. Isn't it pretty? Let's see if this works. Now, we've got some barriers, but let's see. You guys know Geordie? It's an old British English folk song. Let's see if the timing is right here. Just while people are coming. As I walked out over London Bridge, one misty morning early, I overheard a fair pretty maid. She was lamenting for her Geordie. My Geordie will be hanged on a golden chain. 'Tis not the chain of many. He was born of king's royal breed and lost to a virtuous lady. Go bridle me, my milk white steed. Go bridle me, my pony. I will ride to London Court to plead for the life of Geordie. My Geordie never stole no cow nor calf. He never hurted any. He stole 16 of the king's royal deer, and he sold them to Bohemy. 2 pretty babies have I born. The other lies in my body. I'd freely part with them, everyone, to spare the life of Geordie. The judge, he looked over his left shoulder. He said, "Dear maid, I'm sorry." He said, "Fair maid, you must be gone, for I cannot spare the life Geordie. My Geordie will be hanged on a golden chain. 'Tis not the chain of many. He stole 16 of the king's royal deer, and he sold them to Bohemy. Thank you. Very old song. Definitely in the public domain. Debbie and I talk about that. Stay in the public domain. So we do that. So how are you enjoying the, is it pretty? Yeah. Hi, Claudia. Great to see you here. So we've got Jiggy Pardo in the house. It is I, Whimsy, the Oracle of Whimsy, here to entertain you, here to give you the news 3 weeks early, theoretically. Of course, this is an entertainment channel, and you must take nothing we say seriously, unless you decide to take things seriously. If you haven't had a chance yet to like and subscribe, that would be awesome. And of course, I'm showing off the beautiful merch that was designed from our very own Debbie Brady. Yes, so we thank her for that. Isn't she lovely? Yes. Is everybody okay? Is the sound all right? Let's see. Yes, everybody okay? Let me grab my notes. Well, as you know, things have gotten rather wacky with me. So let's just begin with the basics. Let's talk about aliens. Mm-hmm. Joking, just joking, but I was having a very interesting conversation with 1111 about the power of the aliens. Yes, aliens. Yes, what are aliens? Are they us? Are they you? Are they anyway, the point is this. The point is this, my fellow sensitive people. So anybody know this guy Bleslow? Is that his name? He is a guy who claims he had contact with aliens when he was on a hunting trip. I guess he met Greys. Is that correct? Can't post messages to some channels. Oh, I don't know what that's about. Anyway, Blezzo. Yeah, so he said basically that the aliens he connected with are here basically like angels to oversee the planet, to protect the planet, to make sure the planet is, that they came to his life to help him because he prayed for help, and that it's part of his spirituality to connect with these beings. So I was joking with 1111, who is a benefactor of the channel. We were talking on the phone about Bleslow's work and the fact that he can pray and then these orbs appear, right? And people have photographed the orbs. So I joked with 1111, well, great. I'll just pray to the aliens to wipe out my student loan debt, which is $368,000. This was on Tuesday. No, I'm not kidding here. You know where this is headed, right? So on Tuesday night, I was having this conversation. We've become friends. We're friends. And he said, well, why don't you meditate, pray to connect with these alien species, these beings. Maybe you'll have a dream or something. And then in the dream, you can make contact with them and tell them what you really need is for them to just wipe out all your student loan debt. And I thought, well, that sounds like a great idea. I'll give it a whirl. So I went to sleep. Can't remember a dang thing. I got on with my life. I forgot the silly conversation I had with 1111. I wake up on Thursday. This is less than 48 hours later. I check my email. I have a letter from the education department, the US, the government, telling me that my student loans have been completely forgiven. Of course, I think it's all BS. So I go to my federal student loan website and I have emergency notification that my student loans have been reassessed and they've been forgiven. So then I spend a couple of hours dealing with that. I can't find my student loans. They've dematerialized. All I can find is these letters that they reevaluated the loans, which were taken out. The last loan was taken out, I think, in 2007, 2008. Evidently, there was a lawsuit also with Sallie Mae, the class of 2008, a bunch of stuff. I have no idea. Anyway, they wiped out my loan. I am debt-free. I have no student loan debt. It's gone. Part of it was because of some lawsuit. There were several lawsuits against Sallie Mae. There were several against Navient, from some of them from medical school. There was a lot of stuff went down that I know nothing about, but evidently we were part of that. So yeah, they went in and they reassessed certain people that were part of all these suits. And then they went back and reassessed how much I had paid them versus everything else. And I have no debt. So the joke is this: either it's the weirdest timing. Okay, so there's a second part to this, which is that I took the loans out. The last loan was taken out 17 years ago, right? When my final loan, my final year of college, right? Medical school. They're supposed to forgive it after 25 years, but I think they lowered it to 20. So I thought, okay, so the very least I've got another 7, 8 years. So when I looked at it, this is how honest I am. We've been the Sallie Mae scandal. Yes, evidently this was why they forgave my loans. Some bad I had to switch from Sallie Mae to Navient. So I took all my loans and consolidated, and then the government bought them back because of the scandal. So that was why the government wound up with all my loans consolidated, was because of that scandal. So because I was part of the 2008 scandal, they wiped the whole thing out. But they got like $70,000, $80,000 plus taxes. So they got their money back. But I don't know if it's aliens or what, but I'm such an honest person that I was like calculating. They said, oh, complete forgiveness after 200 months, but I only did 156 months. I need to go and find Vice President Harris. I think you guys made a mistake. I still owe for the next 3 years. Like I was tempted, like, I think you erased my debt by mistake. I have a feeling they would just tell me, just go, Whimsy. Just before, in case somebody finds, just keep go, right? Yeah, so I need to just own it, accept it, be grateful, receive it, and come up with some other thing to become in debt with. What do you say? Because that's the American way. No, I got to find another debt? No, buy some land? Oh, you'd like tea in Ireland? Sure, I'll take you to Ireland. Wherever you want to go. Right now, we're not too far from who are we having brunch with? We're having brunch with Peter Rabbit. Who is that lovely woman Debbie Brady knows? Peter Cottontail. Mila. Mila stole Flopsy, by the way. Did you see that I put Flopsy up as punishment because Mila bit me? Yes, she did, repeatedly, and I have had enough, so I started taking her possessions away as punishment. And so I took Flopsy, and I put Flopsy up here. The next day, Flopsy was gone. You know where Flopsy was? Flopsy's down there in her bed. I swear to God, my cat. So now I can't find Flopsy because she knew. See, this is my cat. She knew that I was taking Flopsy away as punishment. So she went up while I was sleeping. She figured out where it was, grabbed it, took it, hauled it away, and now she has hidden Flopsy from me. You see, this is the level of dangerous intelligence that is Mila. So now I can't find Flopsy to take Flopsy away from her because she's hiding Flopsy from me. Okay? It is what it is. All right. So today for breakfast, you can go ahead and tell me what you're having for brunch, and I'll tell you what I'm having for brunch. But I had the smoothie I usually have. It was delicious, with the protein and greens, a little bit of peanut butter, some fresh fruit I threw in. But I've got a complaint about the organic section at Whole Foods. Okay, can we have this conversation? Okay. What is this? Where are the seeds? I was going to grow, I'm growing plants from the seeds, right? I harvest. So I thought, okay, breakfast, I'll have a half a grapefruit, right? And then I'll collect the seeds, organic, where are the seeds? I mean, I would expect no seeds if it wasn't organic, but are they mislabeling? It did not advertise as seedless. I bought this in the organic section. Can you be seedless and be organic? Well, I don't think that's cool. Plants should have seeds. So that wigs me out. Has this happened to anybody else? You go to the organic section and the organic produce doesn't have seed. I don't know. I get because it can be genetically modified but grown organically. You know what? I am scared of the way we produce food. L'chaim, l'chaim. Hi, Allison. You're supporting Mila and stealing Flopsy? Oh, after she attacked me? I can't believe you guys. Oh my God. Oh, cucumber. Yes, I love yogurt and cucumber. It's very, very good and really great with Indian food. Yeah. It's a wicked smart. Yeah, the level of intelligence to jump up there where it was kept, drag it away, and then know I'm coming for Flopsy and I'm going to take Flopsy back because I'm mad at you, and then to find a location to hide Flopsy where I mean, that's very impressive. Anyway, so I just wanted today to talk about the student loans and to celebrate. You may also get a similar letter. Anybody else get their loans forgiven? Yes, gonna vote for Biden hopefully in 2024, right? Yeah? Okay, good. All right, next thing that was kind of fun that people are talking about. Did you guys hear about the ghost at St. Charles? Or not St. Charles. Did you hear about the ghost that was sighted at King Charles Coronation last month? Did anyone hear about this, that there's a ghost? They're not letting me post, which is rather frustrating. Yes. I guess I was just looking at that the other day. I was looking at Slapped Ham. You all know the show Slapped Ham. It's kind of fun. Slapped Ham has, let's see here. Let's see, as Doc Wims. Oh, I see. The Oracle of, I see. This is how we do it. Okay. So yeah, it was Coronation. How do you spell that? Coronation of the Prince. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so basically, it was a guy in a black cloak walking with a scepter, like a death. If it had been a joke, how could the guy have gotten past security? Did you guys all see this? It's very weird. They're doing the procession. The king is about to come out, and then you see this black cloaked figure with a scepter walk past, and he just disappears during the coronation. Like, what the heck? Bizarre. So they're trying to figure out, oh, it's one of the monks, it's one of the whatever. They're like, they don't dress like that anymore, and why is it carrying a scepter? I mean, like, or what do they call them? Not a scepter, it looked like a sickle in the hallway. Yes, Rhonda, did you see that? Is that a joke? What was the joke? I don't get the joke. Just very strange. Yeah, Rose, Biden adjusted. I, you know, I don't even I don't even get what they did to me. I just remember hearing about lawsuits, and I put it in the back of my mind. This one and that one was suing for this and that. And I just was like, you know what? I just got to get on with my life. And evidently that was not stressing about it, evidently was the best thing to do. Oh, he was a real person. He was a member of the church clergy. Well, it was freaky. I assumed it was a real person, but what a bizarre image. So yeah. All right, next thing on the list. Anybody surprised that Jared Kushner has spoken to the grand jury? Let's talk about it. Jared Kushner was questioned by the grand jury in Washington, D.C. What do you guys think? Do you think that Kushner is interested in protecting his father's safety at this point? Did I spell Kushner right? I apologize. I apologize. I'm just human. Uh, oh my God. Add to the book list in Restream chat. I don't know what that means. I'm still figuring this out. I just thought it would be fun. Do you guys like this? I like it a lot. Don't you guys think this is fun? Isn't this funner than the other way? Because we can go eat anywhere. Well, hopefully you'll like it because I like Restream. Oh, speaking of what we're up to, we're raising funds again for AmericanForest.org. We are building a forest. We usually will run lots of fundraisers for AmericanForest.org in the summer during fire season. So if any of you would like to donate to our fundraiser today, if anything is even slightly entertaining that we do here, please think about throwing a few bucks over at AmericanForest.org. And for every dollar you donate, it goes to forest management in North America, but also planting of trees. And so for that, we are very grateful. Also, gratitude to the wonderful manager of the channel and creative director, the incredible and infamous Debbie Brady. She's kind enough to have designed some really great merch for us, and she also has developed our fan pages. We'd be lost without the wonderful Debbie. Thank you. Let's build a forest. Yes, that is, and we've already built forest. We've already planted over 27,000 trees between you and corporate donations, and it would be awfully great if we could plant another 20, 30,000 more. Yeah, so getting back to the issue of Jared Kushner, I think I would just go back to the reports I gave you guys a couple of years ago, which was that Jared and Ivanka had been cooperating and had flipped with the feds, I believe, based on the remotes we did as early as 2017, 2018. They had flipped during the Mueller investigation. Mueller had, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when Ivanka was deposed by Mueller, that was sealed. I believe that they put that under. We're not able to read it. Is that correct? Whatever she said, it was darkened out. So that tells me a couple things. First off, whatever she said was pretty important from a security perspective. And it also would suggest, just if you have half a brain, you can put the pieces together. Number one, that it was spicy stuff that her and Jared gave Robert Mueller. But the other side of that is that they have immunity of some type, right? True? Not true? Cheers, cheers. Nobody's surprised, right? So I think we'll go ahead. We'll do the collective reading unless people have a couple more questions about some of what's going on. It looks now like Giuliani is flipping as well. We can talk a little bit about that. He was linked with Russian mob money. There's a link between Giuliani and Deripaska. There's also a link between Stone and Deripaska. And now there's a link between Deripaska and McGonigal, who was arrested and charged out of the New York FBI field office. So if you're looking at just the kind of diagram that I would do, the kind of diagram that Robert Mueller would do, you're looking at these types of connections energetically. And you have to realize that as remote viewers, we're always creating chords, right? What does this chord look like? This is an advanced technique you learn. You'll start to, we should probably start discussing this next quarter. How do you feel as you sit in this individual's shoes in connection to this individual? And this is how we can fill in the blanks on chords or connections between individuals. But Deripaska, I mean, I'm surprised he isn't being charged or hasn't been arrested for his involvement in attempting to steal the 2016 election. But what's also interesting is just the fact that the fact that he was so deep in the New York FBI field office, and then you wonder who introduced him, how did he get in? And everything is pointing to the fact that the person that helped him get in was Giuliani. So when Rudy Giuliani talks about an insurance policy that's going to keep him out of prison, you can't help but wonder if the insurance policy is nothing more than the fact that he is basically saying that he was in collusion with the FBI to steal the 2016 election. And if that's the case, then I imagine that the FBI is going to do everything in its power not to have people put the pieces together, even though it's blatantly obvious to anybody who's been reading up on this subject. Does anybody want to talk about it? Let me get rid of my hat because I'm starting to sweat. Those sunny days in northern England, I mean, they can get a little warm. What can I tell you? Oops. Yeah. Hi, Geocosmic. Great to see you. Thanks for your help today. Okay, so I think, two grand juries now also being pointed out by a couple of people. The grand juries coming out in Georgia, I think probably, we're going to start. I think that Trump could be contained by August. It's interesting when I asked Chuck said contained by, thanks, Joel. Debt-free whimsy, yes. I got to go get into debt with something. Now I got to go find another debt, right? It's the American way. Now that I'm not in debt anymore. I'm just kidding. I won't buy. I'm afraid to buy property. I'm too much of a gypsy. But I've fallen in love with gardening. So, all right. So we're gonna do the collective reading. Unless you guys have some. Is there anything I haven't said yet that I need to say, or forever hold my peace? Collective reading and the empath's prayer. Add to. Oh, I don't know. How do you keep it pinned? I don't know. I'm figuring this out. All right. Debbie Brady. Thank you, Debbie. We'll use the large cards today just so everybody can see. Are we ready? Any announcements before we do the collective? Yes? No? There we go. Yeah, I think that the cards, when we think about containment, like the Eight of Swords, if you're asking me to clarify about that, sure. When we're talking about cards of containment, like Eight of Swords can be red tape, particularly if you're looking at the Morgan Greer, it's all tied up. Ten of Wands, to be up, corner. These are the kinds of images that are associated with Trump in August. So yeah, some kind of containment is going to happen for him. Yeah. All right, so we're going to do the empath's prayer, and we're going to give you a collective reading. This is part of the collective consciousness. So take what applies to you, and if it doesn't apply to you, you can pass it down like the wonderful brunch table that this is, and only take what applies to you. All right, let's do this. Okay, I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys, to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, as a community, we say, Amen. Let's do it. I like having my little table here because it looks like I'm out in the garden. I really love this. Can't wait to see where we're having lunch next week. All right, where we are together collectively as a group at this time. This is a time in our lives. If you're anything like me, you want to do everything, right? I want to play the violin. I want to play the guitar. And then when I get really good at the violin, then I'm going to buy a piano, right? So this could be a time in your life when you feel like you want everything. You want to be good at everything. I can't decide, Dr. Anderson. I can't decide. I want it all. I want it all. I want it covered in chocolate, right? I hear you. I want it all. I want it now, and I want it covered in chocolate. This is the mantra of the Queen of Wands, right? Seven of Cups, you don't necessarily know what you want, or maybe you want it all. So what you can do is you can make a list of everything you want before you die. And then what I want you to do is I want you to prioritize. On the first list, that which you feel you really must do in order to feel happy, and that which you can live without it. So that way you can begin to prioritize what's really important to you. But Seven of Cups would denote that there are a lot of things you really love, many projects, but you simply can't decide. The issue for you is not discipline if you know what you want. The reason the discipline isn't there is because you don't know what to commit to. Once you know what you're committed to, the discipline will come. It's very important for you to understand that. You must know what you want, and then you must dedicate yourself to it. If you have commitment issues, it's because you're not completely sure you want it. King of Swords is commitment, discipline. Confused about what I want, but ready to be disciplined. Find what you want, and the discipline will follow. Your immediate environment. Confusion. Again, you may be somewhat confused about what you want. Why is that going see-through like that? That's strange. May be confused about what you want. The crossing card. New partnerships await. New partnerships in your future. And confusion about future partnerships. What is above you? Concerns about heartbreak. How can I feel safe when it comes to loving others? By building up your own world, right? It's kind of like goes back to that idea of the three little pigs, where one builds his home with straw, it's blown away, wood, it's blown away, but the one that builds it with brick, it's solid. So there's this idea of build a solid foundation for yourself, and loving others becomes easier. You have the world in your third house, which would also indicate the possibility of you taking risk beyond where you're at right now. Don't let yourself become too contained or too small in your world. Big changes are coming for you in August of this year, particularly opportunities for you to come out of previous ideas where maybe you were hiding a little bit. You will now start to know what you want to be committed to. I also see travel for many of you. You can see here the August card and travel coming. So many of you will be able to go on vacation and have a nice time. Many of you are bringing love into your life, even though there's this fear of love. I feel like many of you are really starting to open yourselves up to new love. Many of you are also attracting younger partners just because you're young at heart and you tend to attract younger people. Concern about being retracted or financial concerns come up, but with hard work and discipline, you need not be frightened. Go to your passion and the money will follow. Some of you are going to be packing up and moving in the coming months. Uh, I can tell you, though, that many of you have financial benefits. Some of you, for example, will receive student loan relief. You can see here in the seventh house, large wealth on top. For example, I mean, somebody basically just wrote me a check for 360K yesterday, right? Because the debt is gone. So this is the kind of energy that a lot of people will start to see in their immediate environment in the coming weeks, is this energy of gifting. This energy of gifting. Be careful about the people and the things you give energy to, that they not become addictions, because the things you put energy to will create your future self. Be careful to that which you chain yourself to. Do not chain yourself to things that will betray you. Keep your eyes wide open before committing to anything. All right, that is your reading. Find something to commit to that's going to give you something back in return. Don't commit to people or things that you can't trust. Yeah, it's we all, we also sometimes, I think, don't always realize it's just important for all of us to have integrity in our personal relationships, to constantly be examining how we can be better partners, both in business, but also in our personal relationships. Those cards that were coming up for all of us suggest that ethics, addiction, codependency, fear of getting entangled in another relationship that's destructive, the way to protect ourselves is to keep ourselves balanced, to keep ourselves, to strengthen our own world, and to constantly be questioning our own values and ethics, so that it's very easy for us to see when other people are not treating us the way we want to be treated. But also we have to be willing to see it in ourselves. So there's a lot of those cards were about awareness of future commitment. What are you committing to? You know. All right, so that does it for the collective. It's up to you folks what you want to do up to this point. We can blitz, blitz, blitz away. 5-minute readings. The great and powerful Joel Tilson is here helping out. He is walking the floor with his virtual mic, trying to see what questions people have. Thank you, Joel. I'm glad you enjoyed that. So yeah. If I see a question, big question marks. I am wearing my contacts, which means I'm blind but pretty. I'm pretty and blind. Yes. So yeah. So who anybody besides me get student loan forgiveness? I'm just curious. Am I the only one that got their debt wiped out? It's very pleasant. Yes, it's a very pleasant feeling. Yes. I was in complete denial about my debt anyway. So when it was gone, it's like, oh, the debt I pretended I didn't have is now gone. Great. How do you deal with it? You pretend it's not real. Okay, could you read on the Supreme Court's future? Oh, if I can figure out how to do this. Oh, the Supreme Court. Add book list in Restream chat. Is that how you do it? Did I do it right? Did it show up? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm experimenting with this. Yes. Everyone got 20,000. No, I got complete forgiveness. But it was an old, but it was, I was on IDR for a lot of years. Okay. Add to book list in Restream chat. That's how we do it. Did I do it? Okay. Chat overlay. Oh. Now we're there. This is my cottage. Oh. Biden announced student debt relief. Oh, all right. Oh, I see what's happening. Biden announced the student debt relief. Okay. Let's see what the heck is going on here. I think that from what I understand, they're knocking out the personal debts first, the older debts, not personal, the older debts, people that have been in student loans that are 20, 30 years old. Yeah. All right. So, let's see about the Supreme Court's future. There's a new beginning in the Supreme Court. Yes, things are going to change in the Supreme Court. The shackles or problems we're currently having with the Supreme Court will come to an end. It's like gravy for them. They get whatever they want. Harlan Crow is under criminal investigation with the FBI. Part of it has to do, I'm in his records. Shell corporations, bribes, money being transferred. There's a separate FBI investigation on Harlan Crow. You guys want any information about it? I'm in. He put himself in an economically questionable situation because Harlan Crow has money all over the place, from what it appears, and some of the money in shell corporations associated with Harlan Crow appear to be questionable, and the taxes appear to be questionable. And you've got feds over Harlan Crow wanting to know about his messy taxes. So there are ways that the feds can take out Harlan Crow without necessarily challenging the Supreme Court. But I can tell you he's in legal trouble with the feds, and it appears to be because of his business. Red tape. But I'm not okay with that. So the feds secretly take care of all of this. That doesn't deal with the underlying problem that the courts are compromised. So, but it also tells me when I get into these cards that the gravy train is over. That's basically how this feels to me. It feels to me like corrupt politicians, people that were in trouble. These are drug dealers, right? And so what they did is they took their money from their illegal activities and they put it into shell corporations and washed it by loaning and investing in troubled business people and politicians in the United States. So there's an expose about it. You can see here a new beginning with an expose, the emperor, the empress. Very bad for Harlan Crow and the other people that participated. You can see poverty and red tape or legal actions against Crow and the people that participated in this. Unhealthy or sick, right? Behavior. There's a sobriety here. I want to see if they're going to get more people on the Supreme Court, but I can tell you that all this money that's coming from nowhere is coming from questionable sources. Oh, good. A couple other people had their student loans cleared. Though, if your student loan is 20 years old, it's going to get cleared. All of it will get wiped out. Even if you're not on IDR, they said. They just want it gone. And don't be like me. Don't when they erase it, don't say, I think you made a mistake. I don't get forgiven for another 3.5. Don't do it. Just walk. I'm not even going to question it. Okay. Are there going to be more people on the Supreme Court? There's a frantic kind of fear in the Supreme Court right now that Biden is planning to add more judges. This is fear. I feel fear from the conservatives. They're trying to put a stop to this. There's a new Supreme Court with a person in the Supreme Court within 6 months. Oh, there's 2 new Supreme Court people. First is going to be a male, then a woman. Oh, in 4 to 6 months, we have a new Supreme Court. I wonder, so it looks like Thomas and Aida are both leaving. That's what they're saying. I'll show you. Biden's moving very quickly, the quick knight, right? This is war. The Knight of Wands goes fast. So when you think about the AOC saying, go nuclear, the nuclear option is just start stacking the courts. It's very likely with a Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is the most aggressive of the knights. It's just as soon as the gate opens, grief of the nation. This is a very good president. I was like, how can I say? I mean, like, he saved me a lot of money. The others trying to heal the situation, a victory, the hope and the fear of the courts, Torah, the truth, the law. Change is happening very quickly. Again, Eight of Wands, for those of you who are readers, is a card that denotes quick, quick. The Knight of Wands moves fast, quick, quick. Issues of poverty and bankruptcy of the court. Also, somebody leaving. Somebody can be a broken man or a situation where somebody is desperate, trying to get away from a desperate situation. End result, smoother waters lay ahead. This is a 6 of Wands victory card, which would denote a 6-month period that the healing is taking place within 6 months. I'm going to try and I want to get even further into this court because this is a big deal to me. But they're basically saying we're losing 2 members of the courts, possibly in less than a year, and that criminal investigations are going on with some of the people that, including Harlan Crow, and the feds appear to be trying to shut their businesses down. They didn't pay their taxes, or they didn't declare the business at all. It's crazy, these cards. Whoa. I'll show you guys in a second. Whoa. We're going to add more judges, at least 2 more judges within a year. Overseas contacts. Look at that. The waters, those freaking mega boats. Damn, always foolish actions over the water. This is the mega yachts compromising the courts. The courts will be safe. Nine of Pentacles. I'll do a clarification. It's over. Look at that. They shut down the mega yachts. Are there any mega yachts left? What is it? Seasman? How many have they taken? How many billions of dollars from these freaking criminal mafiosa? How many of their yachts did they take? Right? Look at that. Karma, including the guy out of Florida. They took a bunch. I guess there's somebody covering the yachts out of Florida, and the feds are like dragging them in every day. Dang, look at that. They shut down the entire operation. Holy crap. An inverted, dang. That, but think about it. This investigation goes back to the time of Obama from, what was it, 2010, 2012, something like that. Obama opened the investigation into the intelligence agencies, and he wanted the intelligence agencies communicating with one another because they were under investigation. And what was going down with the drug deals and the bribed people coming out of Florida and New York, all of that President Obama was sitting on and didn't say anything. How long this investigation has gone on. Inverted church. The church. The corrupt church. This goes back to narcissism, right? These are all inverted now. Con artist, the inverted magician, over the courts. It's going to end. For sure, two more, possibly three more judges. I think that Thomas, it will continue to be investigated even after he leaves with those cards. I think that Harlan Crow is going to be hit really hard with he's going to take some financial hits because the feds want to know what his business is on these boats in these foreign countries. And with an Eight of Swords, they're trying to rein him in financially because that's red tape. The feds are sniffing around for sure. I think that fundamentalist religion is really just another expression of narcissism. They're all just psychopaths. So they believe that they are God. They believe that God speaks to them, that they are speaking for God because they have a person. Religious fundamentalists are narcissists. It's pretty much the same psychosis. No, I am going to be the spokesperson for God. The Oracle of Whimsy character is kind of like makes fun of that. People, self-appointed political pundits. Part of why we started this channel was as a joke because of that phenomenon. But okay, so the Taco Tuesdays, we do that weekly now. We're gonna have Chuck on weekly just because I like hanging out with him. He's one of my best friends. But he's covering the writers and the actors strike, and I think he's probably picketing himself, as is my ex-husband. I just saw a picture my ex-husband put up of striking. So the actors are out. They're on the picket line. You have 1% of actors are celebrities that get involved in executive production, and then a lot of people say that then they keep it going, right? These wealthy, famous 1% actors, but the other 99% of actors are people that you don't recognize. They're just they're playing the office worker. Maybe they have a line or two, right? And those are the people that make up the majority of SAG-AFTRA. 90% are struggling with getting health care. Let's take a look. What's going to happen? You know, it goes back also to the AI controversy, right? So now with artificial intelligence, people can create a computer graphic of me, right? Of Whimsy. And then they could theoretically start the Oracle of Whimsy show. They could also do my voice. So it would be an AI of me, and you wouldn't know the difference. And I could start making psychic predictions, and then you could start 100 channels with the Oracle of Whimsy using this AI computer, this bot, right? So that's the lawsuit. What the studios are saying is, oh no, we can take what you've created, like the nanny, and we're going to turn it into a cartoon, or we're going to create future episodes using AI. We could even do AI generated stories. We don't even need the writers anymore, right? And it'll all be AI, and nobody will know the difference because it looks like I'm really in an English tea garden right now. I'm not in an English tea garden. I'm where I always am, but it looks like it, right? So it's the implosion. I had said 10 years, but here we are 5 years later, and people are wondering, can Hollywood survive this? No deal. No. The false knight inverted. That's the seducer. An inverted knight of cups is a seducer. Smooth talker. Smooth operator. It's a smooth operator, right? No, 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 not so. The situation is moving very quickly. People coming to California to discuss. Discuss, discuss, discuss. Dead in the water. What does that mean? Does that mean the protester dead in the water, or does that mean selfish? Selfish businessmen over it, an inverted king of pentacles. Offering false man offering promises, inverted nine of cups, false promises, lying cheater. They're angry and frustrated, right? The Harvey Weinsteins of the world, angry and frustrated when he can't con the girl to go up to his hotel room, right? He would get angry, then he would start ordering them. You're going to go up there, right? The testimonies against him, that frustration when you can't control your victim, that's the Knight of Swords. And then the final outcome, because they don't consider actors to be people. You know, you look at, there are actors that were actors when they were kids that were on Room 222. You ever watch the Room 222? What was it? Room 222? Yeah. The kid that was on that show, he's a street performer. I used to see him all the time. They got conned out of their money. It was stolen. All those kid actors. Yeah, it's just a guitar and an amp and people giving him quarters. That's ridiculous. How many seasons was he on Room 222? They stole everything. It's ridiculous. That was a good show, too. Oh, there was an earthquake in Alaska, 7.2. Wow. Whimsy's forgiveness. Oh, well, they did Safe, they did a bunch of different ones. Then they did IDR, where after 20 to 25 years, if you're on income driven repayment, they forgive the entirety of the loan after 20 or 25 years, depending upon the contract, and mine was 25 years. They would forgive the loan under IDR, but they kept restarting it and doing kind of things like that. So what the Biden administration did is they went back and said, well, you took out a loan in 1996. Yes, but I consolidated it all. First off, all were federal loans. There were no private loans. That's the first thing. Then they took the 1996 loans from when I became a massage therapist and my undergrad, and they mixed it all together. And then they said, oh, you've been paying since 1996. And then they dissolved the entire loan. So that's what happened to me. But your situation may be different. No, it just doesn't exist anymore. It's not income. No, it doesn't exist. It's gone. I tried calling. I couldn't get through. They sent me 3 more letters. I mean, I showed you guys. I don't have, they erased it. See, I should read my mail more often. All the current justices will currently be placed. I don't know. I think the first guy, he looked to me like a dark, possibly Latino man would be taking Thomas's position. And then I think Aido's going to leave next. And I saw a woman take his position. So we get another female and we'll get another male, possibly Latino for Thomas's position. And it looks like within the next 4 to 6 months, 6 of Wands victory card over the issue with 6 of Swords, which would be smoother waters laying ahead within the next 6 months. Oh, the Sally Mae. Yes, I was one of our group was graduated in 2008. And 2008 was when the downturn was. So the class of 2008 was the notorious class of, oh my God, every horrible thing that could happen happened to the class of 2008. There were no jobs. Obama got elected. That was good. But then Sally Mae started to fraud. Then everybody was scrapped. Some people went belly up. What I did is I was told to run direct back to the government. So that's what I did. So I think that it was because of the thing in 2008. The debacle of 2008 was Sally Mae. So I think they went back to the Sally Mae people and just forgave the loans. There were people in my medical school that actually sued the medical school, which I think is a little harsh. But yeah. So everybody's situation is different. If you went to a college that had been sued because of whatever, there's a chance you'll be forgiven. There were, I don't know all of the reasons why. I think it had to do with the class of 2008. I think it had to do with the class action against Sally Mae, which my group was a part of. I think it had to do with a lot of things. All right, here's a fun question. Are they going after Trump? Well, I mean, come on, they have to go after Trump, don't you think? Don't you guys think that they would go after Trump? Isn't that the easiest way to go after him would be with taxes? But just for curiosity, just because we find it so entertaining. Hi, Mila. Did you want to come up here and say hi to everybody? Okay. All right. You guys can't really see her there. Here. There you go. Hi. What you doing? Yeah. Carnations. Want some water? All right. So I am kind of curious. I mean, I don't really enjoy watching Trump have a nervous breakdown. I don't like watching a mentally ill, because he's mentally ill and he's insane. We shouldn't torture him. We shouldn't get off on torturing him, and we shouldn't make him the president. We should quietly take him to a facility and stop giving him attention. And it's sick and cruel to give him any attention at all. And it's sick and cruel to make fun of him. He should, I mean, he's insane. He should, and I think he probably has a learning disability, don't you think? He's really lost it. No, remember what we said about the Knight of Swords? They become angry when they feel like they have no control over the situation. So he had talked about the fact that the business was the red line for him. Well, how does he feel now? Because they're completely over his businesses, right? He's lost the battle. They've taken the sword away. It's so bad. It's like what's happening right now in Russia. People don't even know who's in charge right now in Russia. That's how bad Russia is. 3 more generals killed last week. It's like they're assassinate. Can you imagine? It's become a. What did Wagner say? Wagner said within 2 months it'll be a circular firing squad. 2 months is happening now. And so that's what you see also with the Trump energy. It's just this circular kind of firing and violence and crazy happening. They took the swords away. I don't see. Be patient. Him and his cohorts, because it's about going after the corrupt business dealings. This is importing and exporting card. So in plain words, again, it's not about Trump. It's about these networks and the amount of money, and that they were not paying taxes. I mean, it was just, they're going to be victorious. Look at this, his lovers. Yeah, he's going to get wiped out financially, Trump. I've never felt like he was even really an owner of Mar-a-Lago at this point. I feel like the secret owners probably want him gone. All right. Should we end? Is Linda on? I don't want to disrespect anybody who might be on right now. IDR, income-driven repayment programs. Income-based repay is what I was on. I was on repay, and I think undergrad is paid off, in 15, 20 years, and you're graduate after 25 years. So they moved it up for me. I can't even answer the questions. I just got a weird, confusing letter. When I opened up my Navient, when I went to my U.S. government web page, there were letters, and they said, stop, do not pay, you don't owe, and then kept saying 0, paid in full, like, and then there was some weird thing about all these factors were taken into place when recalibrating how much you owe, and I guess also what I had paid them up to that point. You have to look at whatever letter. Go to your student loan government site and see what letter you received, if you got full or partial. Yeah, Debbie Brady, I agree. It does have that. Trump does have that kind of frontal lobe dementia, which which it can be associated with poor impulse control. But he had poor impulse control his whole life. I mean, that's what got him into military school, which is basically juvie. I mean, he basically wound up in juvie because he doesn't have good impulse control. Mila speaks like Judi Dench. Yeah, she's quite a handful, our cat. All right, love and light to you all. If you're trying to get in for a reading, you can go to the information that's below this stream. I do give phone readings. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, it would be great if you could like and subscribe and support the channel. If you haven't become a member yet, memberships really also help to support our channel as well. We get together every Saturday and do personal readings, and at the Elders and Empaths level, of course, we teach HCRV. So have a great rest of the day, everybody. Stay out of trouble. Play nice with the other children, all of that good stuff. I got to figure out a way to close this. Oh, there we go. It's going to go here. All right. Did everybody have fun? Are we ready to say bye-bye? Oh, you're welcome, Joel. Bye-bye, J-Cat Lady. Thank you, Geocosmic, Debbie Brady, and everybody else who helped today. Please check out the Oracle of Whimsy fan pages that were kindly developed by Debbie Brady as well. Where is Whimsy today? I'm here. Cheryl, hi. Where is Whimsy today? Seems like a strange question when I'm standing here. Sitting here, I don't know. All right. Shalom. See you later. Be well. Arrivederci.